Today is Father's Day, so wish all the fathers happy Father's Day. And today I want to have a heart-to-heart talk with fellow fathers, since I am also a father. And since I am also a son, I also want to have a heart-to-heart talk with fellow children. My father has passed away, and I have a aging, ailing, 89 years old mother. So, can I have a heart-to-heart talk with you as fellow fathers and fellow sons and daughters? Yes. Several years ago, a young girl inherited a large fortune. After several months of flirting around the world with the jet-set people, she was found dead in the lavatory of a chartered jetliner. And then she left behind a note which said, "I had millions to live on, but nothing to live for." How sad. In a very real sense, her father had left her nothing. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 13, verse 22, it says, "A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children." If you are so blessed as to have children, there will come a time under the normal natural process when you will leave your children. You will have lived, worked, provided, given, guided, and loved, but eventually you have to finish your association with them. Someday we must leave the world. So we need to ask, what will I leave my children? What is the heritage that I will leave them as they move on through youth, through middle age, and through those final golden years? What do I want my children to have when the hour of parting comes? Will you leave them money, property, a business, a farm, a factory, etc., etc.? A parent has not done nearly enough if all he leaves his children are material things. Brothers and sisters, friends, we should concern ourselves about leaving them something that will endure when all the treasures of the earth will have perished, as they must. Matthew 6:19-21 tells us that, "Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, when moth and rust do corrupt, and thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust do corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where the treasure is, there will your heart be also." So we must leave them something to help them in life, to prepare them to meet God in judgment when it's their turn to pass on after we have long gone before them. Yes, we need to leave them that which will outlive us and even outlive them, so that it can be passed on to our children, to their children, and to their children's children. It's not a question of whether we will leave our children. We will. And we will leave everything. As a man asked upon the death of a very wealthy man, "How much did he leave?" The answer, "He left it all." Yes, the question once again is, what shall we leave them? We provide them in this life as it is our duty. But does it stop with our death? 1 Timothy 5 verse 8 tells us that But if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he has denied the faith and is worse than an infidel. So there's much more to be provided than just the material and the physical needs of life. I would like to suggest there are some things that we should leave them. Number one, a faith to live by. Hebrews chapter 11 verse 6 tells us that, but without faith, it is impossible to please God. Faith is the foundation for victorious living. Because faith provides hope, provides guidance, provides forgiveness, provides security, provides purpose in life, and provides dignity. And therefore, every person should have an earnest, sincere faith in God. As Christians, we need to develop a deeper faith in our God. So, the first thing, the very important thing, is when we leave our children, we must give them a faith to live by. Because the general tendency is people are beginning to say there is no God. People are saying that I better use my way rather than God's way. And so it is important that we leave behind this faith in God. In fact, there is this campaign in the United States of people trying to banish prayer in public places, in public schools. They even try to extend or even get rid of the phrase, "In God we trust," in the currency notes. And if people who are of God's people do not stand up, okay, then slowly but surely the majority will obliterate it from the face of the earth. The people of God are a remnant in the world. Okay? The people of God, compared to people who are not godly, are a minority. And if you talk about democracy where the majority rules, then we will obliterated. And so it's important that we need to leave behind a faith for them to live by, a belief in God. Alright? Romans chapter 1 verse 16 to 17 tells us that I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God unto salvation for everyone who believes, for the Jews first and also for the Greek. For in it the righteousness of God is revealed from faith to faith, as it is written, the just shall live by faith. Yes, the righteousness of God, not the righteousness of man, has to be revealed from faith to faith. We need to pass on from one generation to another generation, from faith to faith, right? Because Christianity is a revealed religion, okay? Unless God comes and shows us what is His will, how do we know what God is thinking, right? Because His thinking is higher than our thinking. How can a finite mind comprehend an infinite mind unless God revealed it to us? And so, God has revealed it to us in the Bible. And so, it is incumbent on us as parents to give faith to our children from faith to faith. Because the just shall live by faith. It is so very important, so very vital to neglect, to provide this opportunity for our children to believe. It's the worst sort of neglect, and is to sin against the child. Right? There is only one faith, Ephesians 4:5. The faith of Christ. And faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God.